forever blowing bubbles, pretty bubbles in the air.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thought I would just jump on. We're having a lot of questions, crazy amounts of emails, lots of tweets regarding the unofficial fan park that we are putting on. And I just felt that it would be much easier to jump on here and just talk through everything that's going to be going on the day, give people the opportunity to ask questions while we are live. And then after the live stream, people can also make comments and ask some questions should they have any. We're going to go live with ticket sales at 8 p.m. this evening. I was hoping it would be earlier than that. However, with everything that's gone on, it's quite overwhelming just how many people have emailed in to be put on sort of waiting lists and so on. So we don't want to rush this. We want to get it right. Want to make sure that everybody has the correct information. Don't panic. Don't jump in and buy tickets too early and buy the wrong tickets. So we need to email some of our current attendees at the Colour Factory from the first batch of tickets to make sure that they've got the tickets that they want. And then we will also then, once we've moved them around and given them opportunity to sort of maybe change space if they want to, then we will be looking at releasing the rest of the additional venues tickets this evening. Hixie, good afternoon to you, mate. Good to see you. So just a little update. So we are trying to put on something for under 18s. All of our venues at present do not allow under 18s inside the venue. It's part of their licensing agreement. Unfortunately, it seems like most of the venues in that area have it in their license that it must be over 18s after a certain time of the evening. That's normally sort of 7, 8 or 9 o'clock, depending on the venue. That does make it difficult for us. We are in talks with some of the other venues that are slightly different. They're not bar areas. There's a few theatres. There's a few different type of spaces that do have the ability to screen the event. We would be looking at putting these on our cost. Most of the venues that we work with, we have an agreement that we've got to hit certain amounts of targets of entries and sort of bar spends and so on. But these ones we would make alcohol free to get around the licensing issues, and we would hope that we can put on something for under 18s and families. But this is ongoing discussions, and we're doing everything we can to try and work around the sort of licensing problems that we've faced at the other venues. So anything that you've seen live at the moment and anything that will be going live this evening, unfortunately, it is strictly over 18s. They do check ID quite rigorously. In fact, it's ID for everybody. Doesn't matter whether you're 18, 25, 40, 60. They're going to ask you for ID on the door, and they do scan IDs on the door as well. This is a little bit frustrating for some people. However, other people were saying how comfortable it made them feel, and they was glad that these additional checks were being done, and it just made them feel more secure while they were in the fan park at our last event, which went fantastically well. So for all those people who were at the Colour Factory last time for the semi-final, thank you so much for coming along and making it such a successful evening. It was brilliant. What a night. Fantastic atmosphere. The feedback that we've had has been great, saying that it was easy to get drinks. It was packed out, but everyone could get a drink in a timely manner. The food apparently was really good. So we've had nothing but good feedback from the last event. And we're looking forward to doing it again this time. What I will say to people is I did have a bill to pick up at the end of the night. We sent out an email saying that basically could people not throw beer because of the amount of high-end electrical equipment were in the venue with regards to the projectors, the lighting and so on. And unfortunately, while the vast majority respected that, we had one isolated incident where somebody threw a drink off of the balcony, which landed in one of the light rigs, and you could literally see the liquid coming out of the light rig. So while downstairs was great and everyone sort of in the melee of scoring the goal, it went absolutely crazy. That was fine. If drinks get a bit poured over and everyone's cheering and jumping all over each other like they were, That's absolutely fine. What we can't have is someone getting a physical drink and launching it towards the equipment. A big no-no. And unfortunately, because that happened last time, the event was supposed to stay open till 11:30. It would have been lovely to carry on and celebrate and have a few drinks. But unfortunately, they closed an hour early because of what that person did. And I had to pick up the bill. So quite painful. So anyone who's coming to any of the venues this time round, while we're all going to be, in absolute elation if we score a goal, and everyone's going to want to jump up and down. And I understand beers are going to get knocked over and everything else. I've got no issues with any of that. And we fully understand that that's going to happen. There's absolutely no excuse to get an alcohol container and just launch it through the air. These venues have got high-end equipment in them. We have to use the high-end equipment because we want to make it the best experience possible, and the very best projectors, the very best sound systems, the very best of everything to make the viewing experience the best possible, and to make the whole night a fantastic event. We could do it on the cheap, and we could do it where we're using venues where, you haven't got the best equipment, but then the whole overall experience is just not going to be to the level that we had last time. So, anyone who's coming along, please respect that. There will be emails that will go out. Anybody caught doing so will be removed immediately from the venue as well. Security is going to be upped quite significantly this time, because we're probably going to have in the region of, I don't know, 1,500 to 2,000 West Ham fans all in one square. So it's going to be very, very busy. It's going to be a fantastic afternoon and evening. And if we win, what an atmosphere it's going to create in and around the square. So looking forward to that. So Colour Factory, if you're coming along, fantastic venue. As I said before, they do have an area outside, an outdoor bar out the front which serves food. That will be open from around midday, so people can come along. However, the main event and the main space is not going to be open until 4:00. So 4:00 is when the doors are going to be open. And however, if people want to come down early, if we've got a nice day, nice weather, there will be other food outlets. There is a brewery down there. There is other sort of places where you can get drinks and get food and so on, all in and around that square. So there'll be stuff for people all the time. And we'll make for a fantastic afternoon. And then our doors at the Colour Factory will open at 4:00 for everybody. Same as before, we'll have a DJ in there right from the beginning to get everybody warmed up and get everybody in the mood. And we will have ex-West Ham players and legends there to get everybody going and to entertain everybody as well. So there's 3 different food outlets inside the Colour Factory. So if you're thinking what am I going to do for food, they have a burger and chip bar, which is really good, homemade burgers, really tasty, really nice, great food there. They have a Greek, so souvlaki type stuff where you've got, chicken and wraps and all that sort of stuff, which is really nice. And then you've also got the vegan option for anybody. So it's a vegan hog roast. The country's first vegan hog roast that's available if you need a vegan option as well. So we just had a question here. Anywhere you can smoke, there are vast smoking areas at all venues. So the Colour Factory will have smoking areas to the front and to the rear. They're large, lots of space. Out the rear, there'll be 4 screens available. So if you need to go out and smoke, you have 4 screens. You're still going to be able to see the game. All screens are connected, so there's going to be no time lapse. There's going to be no delays. They all run off the same feed, which means that you're not going to hear a massive cheer from inside, and then you're not going to pick it up outside because you're a bit behind and so on. Everything is interconnected, which is really good. You'll always have a view, no matter where you go around the venue. There will be a screen that you can see. Outside the front, where there wasn't a screen last time, there will be a screen outside the front this time. So the Colour Factory, fully rigged up for people who need to go outside and smoke. And actually the rear of the venue, where the garden is in the Colour Factory, is also now going to have a really large, giant cinema-sized screen out the back, which will become its own little outdoor fan park in itself. So you'll have an outdoor space. Unfortunately, we are going to have wristbands in this area because we don't want to get it overcrowded. But if people are interested in having the opportunity to go outside and watch the game, then email us at properwestham@gmail.com, the usual email address that we do. And we will be able to allow 200 people to go outside into the outdoor kind of fan park area. So interested in that, drop us an email. And at the other venue, it's got a terrace which goes alongside the river. Stunning little outdoor terrace, loads of benches. Absolutely ideal for anybody who wants a smoking area at the new venue as well. So all geared up for that. Absolutely no problems at all. We also had the standing and seating areas separate. So they are two different spaces. So at the new venue, which is at Studio 9294, which is literally a 3-minute walk through the alleyway from the Colour Factory. That's our new venue. We've got 2 spaces within there. We have an all-seated area, which is going to be all tables, all seating. We can only have 100 to 120 people in there. We are initially going to release some tables, which will be 6 people tables, and they are £250 per table. That area is going to be set up as a VIP almost area. It's got its own private bar, so getting a drink will be very, very easy. There's going to be no queues, and also getting food in there will be nice and easy as well. There will be its own screens in there as well. So away from the busyness of the standing area, you will have your own screens in there, so it'll be easy to be able to see, which is also ideal. And then we've also got the standing area, which is for 300 to 350 people. So in terms of tickets that are going to be going live this evening, you will have the 350 standing area tickets, and also 100 to 120 people on tables. We will sell the first batch of tables as your own private table, so 6-seater tables. So if there's 6 of you that want to come down, or even 4 but want the whole space of having a full table, then you can book the tables for £250. And then as a second release, we're going to do some single seaters as well, so people can pay £45 to be in that VIP area, and we will just do that as row seating. So long tables, sort of supper club style as they call it. So there'll just be strips of tables, and people can pay £45 for a seat on one of those tables as single tickets. So if they haven't got a group of 6, they can still get table access and have that comfort, have their own space away from the big crowds. However, those people who are in that VIP area, while all the entertainment's going on and while we're all warming up for the main event, they will be able to access the standing area to kind of soak up that full atmosphere as well. So great option to be able to go into that sort of VIP all-seated section. But obviously during the game, you will be moved to your seats, and that's where you'd go to view the match. So it's more for people really who can't stand for the whole duration, or people who just want that additional comfort away from a crowd. And then the 350 standing is just going to be very similar setup to the Colour Factory. It's going to be a DJ. It's going to be lots of music, lots of dancing around. We will have an ex-West Ham legend in there, sort of warming the crowd up as well, getting everyone singing songs and doing all that sort of stuff. So those will be going live this evening as well. Obviously, everyone who's emailed in will have the option to purchase tickets before everybody else. If I'm honest, we are getting to the stage where I think we're pretty much at a total sellout for the ticket releases that are going to be going out this evening. So there's not going to be many left over, if any. So keep an eye out at 8 o'clock when we send those links out to people. And obviously, it's going to be a first come, first serve basis. So please try and grab your tickets as quickly as possible when those emails go out at 8 o'clock this evening. Kane, if you emailed someone, mate, it's been manic today. We've been desperately trying to get new venues, put on a venue for the under 18s. We've only got a very small team here, so it's been a bit crazy. All of this will be followed up. If you've sent for tickets and nothing's come out of your account, don't worry, we will make sure you get yourself in. We always undersell allocation, just so that if any of these types of things happen and you haven't got tickets or something didn't quite go through as it should, as long as we can see proof of that, then we'll make sure you get in the venue. So always careful like that. We never oversell a venue. We always have some extra availability for scenarios of things that have gone wrong or things that haven't quite worked out. So don't worry about that. So all in all, that's pretty much it in terms of what's going on. At the moment, we are trying to get even more spaces than what we've got now. Effectively, we want Hackney Wick to be West Ham. We want West Ham everywhere. Imagine we win, everyone will come out of all venues. There's loads of space over there. There's squares. Everyone would end up just coming together in all of those spaces and celebrating. The stadium is only a 10-15 minute walk away. Everyone, once we all leave the venues and we're all sort of all together and all the venues have closed, we will be looking at marching down upon the stadium and celebrating with each other down outside the Olympic Stadium as well. So that would be some occasion should we manage to do that. So looking forward to that. So any questions that people have, pop them in the chat now. If anybody has asked me questions via email but haven't received responses, it's just because we're inundated with requests at the moment. There's a vast amount of emails that we've had. Getting back to everybody has been pretty difficult. If you haven't got your tickets yet, they will be on their way to you. Everyone will be sorted, and we'll make sure that, if you've paid money at this stage and tickets haven't arrived, we will make sure we get them out to you. Good thing is we've still got a little bit of time until the match actually goes ahead, so there's plenty of time to sort all of these things out. At the moment, our main priority is on getting the venues the best we can, getting as much space as we can, making sure as many West Ham fans as possible can enjoy what we're putting on, because that's the most important thing. This is a rare occasion, and we all want to enjoy it as much as possible and make it a very memorable day and evening. So we want to do the best for you as we can, put on as many things as we can in that area, create just an atmosphere like nobody's seen before, and that is kind of our priority for the time being. Once we've got all the venues sorted, all tickets have sold, we'll then follow up with everybody, make sure everyone's tickets are how they should be. We've done these events a couple of times now. A lot of people say they can't believe how simple we make it. They always panic because we do make things so simple, but nobody's ever got a problem. We never let anybody down. We always make sure we deliver for everybody, and we will make sure that everything's covered. And anybody who's sort of, requested tickets or made payments at this stage, you won't have a problem. We'll make sure that you've got somewhere to be, and make sure you're in the space that you want to be as well. So if there's anybody who's bought tickets for the Colour Factory and want to move over to get one of the tables, or would prefer seating at the other venue, or even if you're at the Colour Factory because you didn't have another option and you would like to move over to a venue that's sort of half the capacity, isn't going to be quite as manic, still a fantastic atmosphere, still a brilliant DJ, still absolutely rocking and singing songs, but not quite as many people and not quite as manic, then I'm happy to try and help you move across to the new venues that we've put out there. That's going to be our phase one. Make sure everyone who's booked tickets at the moment are where they want to be. And then 8 o'clock tonight, we will put everything else available for sale and sell the remaining tickets to the waiting list. And if the waiting list are all said and done and there's still tickets remaining, then we'll put it out to the general public. So happy to take any more questions in the chat. Doesn't seem like there's too many more coming in at the moment. If anyone does have anything that they want to know, please do put it in. If not, then I shall end the live stream soon and go and start trying to organize everything for everybody, because there's a lot for us to do. Like I said, fantastic night at the Colour Factory the other night. It really was an unbelievable atmosphere, something that I'll never forget. And one of the best things about it for me was, and I've said it to a few people now, there's nothing Prague can give me that I won't get from the fan park. The fan park the other night, we was with all of our own. The songs and the atmosphere was absolutely electric. Everybody enjoyed themselves. It was some party, and you didn't come away from there feeling like you'd missed out because we hadn't gone out to Amsterdam or whatever. So yeah, it's going to be an occasion. We're going to make it as special as we can for everybody. Anyone who came to the Colour Factory night at the semi-final will tell you sort of, how good it was. And now we just need to put in all of our efforts to make this as special as possible, and try and do something for the kids as well, because, they haven't got anything to do at this stage yet. And I want to make sure that we try and get them sorted out as well. So we're putting in all the effort we can at the moment to try and make this as a best evening as possible, and we'll keep working hard. We'll try and add even more spaces if we can, because I think this second one is going to sell out just as quick as the first one. So standing tickets at the new venue are going to be £30. They were 25 at the Colour Factory. This new venue, it is more expensive in terms of what the hire fee is and what our arrangement and contract agreement is with them. So it needs to be £30 at the new venue. So that's what it's going to have to be, unfortunately. But obviously there's a lot of risk, and we've seen it at the Colour Factory. The bill that I had for the damages to the equipment was very, very painful. So we need to make sure that everything's covered, and we need to put it on properly. We need to make sure there's the right amount of staff there. We need to make sure, and this is the main thing that I always say to all of the venues that we work with: make sure that everybody can get a drink. Don't understaff it. We'll pay more. Make sure that when people are thirsty, when people need food, make sure that it will be available. There's nothing worse than massive queues, not being able to get a drink when you want it, or queuing up for half an hour. That is not what we want. So we overstaff the events to make sure they go well. And the Colour Factory was packed the other night, as you'll probably see on the videos that have been circulating on social media. I asked everybody after the event what it was like getting a drink, and everybody said they had it absolutely on point, and getting drinks were not a problem. So we want the same again from the second venue. That's a real important factor for us. Christian, how are you, mate? Not seen or spoke to you in a little while. Obviously, you're only down the road from me. The second venue is called Studio 9294. So have a look. Fantastic venue, mate. Stunning venue. Brilliant spaces. Fantastic areas for food. Superb sound system. It's absolutely amazing, the sound system they've got in there. It's state of the art. The terrace is brilliant as well. So it's going to be a really cool space, mate. It's going to be really good. So I'm looking forward to hosting there. It's going to be the first time we've put on an event there, but yeah, we're looking forward to working with them. They're a great venue, great team. So yeah, looking forward to that. Let me know, mate. Drop me a Twitter message if you're looking at coming along, and yeah, we'll start replying to all of those people who have replied at the moment to join the waiting list for notification when this next batch of tickets go live. We'll start getting all of that ready, so as soon as 8 o'clock comes round, everybody can receive the notification and get the opportunity to purchase tickets. Any more questions from anyone before I wrap this up and go back to the grind and start trying to get everything sorted out? If there's not, then I shall leave you all to it. I will circulate this to everybody, and if everybody can sort of notify people who may be asking questions or have anything that they're not sure on, obviously this video will help them understand exactly what's going on. I will probably do a sort of more edited version of this as well. We put out an email last time for the Colour Factory, which had loads of information in there, how you get there, what the areas are like, and so on. So we'll do something very similar and make sure everyone's got emails sort of notifying them on what's happening on the day, how the venues will work, what's available, and so on. So we'll send those communications out again. Is it better than the first venue? Only been there for a few drinks, not to watch footy. I think it really depends what you're looking for. People who want loud music, manic atmosphere, absolute party vibe, then the Colour Factory is the way to go. That is, what we put on there, and how the event went last time. Whereas the new venue, the VIP area is going to be, very much about comfort and making sure that everybody can sit down, chill, and watch the game in a bit of space. The standing area is still going to be a little bit of a party atmosphere, but because there's half the amount of people than there are going to be at the Colour Factory, it will probably feel a little bit more chilled out. We're going to be playing the same sort of music. We're still going to have a fantastic DJ in there. We're still going to have 350 people standing up and watching the match and singing songs and getting in the atmosphere and getting in the mood. But because it's half the amount of people that will be at the other venue, it will probably just feel a little bit more, not chilled, but just not quite as manic is what I'd say. So if that's what people are interested in and you've already booked tickets for the Colour Factory, like I say, let us know and we'll try and move you over to the new venue so you've got that sort of slightly less manic atmosphere and environment to be in. If you're happy with what you've already got, great. And I'm sure no matter where you're going to be, it's going to be some occasion, it's going to be some day, some night, some event. The atmosphere is just going to be rocking. All West Ham together, all in one area. I'm just so looking forward to it. We're just going to get a complete takeover of Hackney Wick. There's just going to be claret and blue everywhere, all day long. There's just going to be people getting in the mood. Hopefully the sun's shining, mingling around and soaking up the atmosphere. If we get the sunshine, it will feel like we're abroad, and that is what we're trying to achieve. We're trying to make so many people be there, and just put on a space that just makes you feel like you have gone somewhere and travelled abroad for a West Ham football match. It will be fantastic if we just need that sun to come out. It's looking all right on the weather at the moment, but I know that can change quite quickly. So thing is, kind of such sounds good. And Twitter. Yeah, that's it, mate. I remember I saw your tweet, and that's how it'll be. You imagine we lift that trophy, and everyone comes out once the venues have started to close down, and everyone starts coming together, and then you've got 700 people from the Colour Factory, and then you've got 500 people coming from the other venue, and you've got the families coming out the family venue that we put on. And everyone comes together in the middle of that square and just celebrates winning the trophy. It will be incredible, mate. And all walking up to the stadium afterwards, a massive march of people just singing and celebrating would just be something to behold, mate. It would be amazing. I'm trying, mate. I'm trying. We are. It's a lot of stress. It's a lot of effort, a lot of responsibility. We have to, takes a lot of contracts to be signed, a lot of crossing the I's and dotting the T's and so on. But we are getting there. I'm glad we could put on this extra venue because I felt like a lot of people were going to miss out. So the fact that we can, satisfy another 500 people is going to be fantastic and give them an experience and, a day and an evening to remember. So, looking forward to it. I want to do some more videos on this channel as well. Not been doing videos for a while. Jazz was in the chat earlier on. If you're still here, mate, hello. Hope you're all right. Richie Rich said, "Why did Jazz quit his show? Loved it when you was on there too." And then Jazz quickly followed up with "Hello, Frankie," and said that, dropped in the fact that he was in the chat. So don't know. Ask Jazz, see what he's saying, see if he's going to fire up the channel maybe again at some times. And I'd love to jump on and do more videos with him. But I also want to do more videos here as well. The Colour Factory space has been the upstairs, what was the VIP section last time, is a Hammers Chat sort of private party this time, if you like, and they are going to be filming the entire event. So not just their area, they're also going to be filming the main space as well. So there's going to be some fantastic footage that comes out from the final, which we're looking forward to sort of putting up on YouTube as well, some edited videos and sort of memories from the day. We want to do a lot more filming. If anybody knows a videographer who isn't a West Ham fan and wouldn't be too fussed about actually watching the game and would be happy to walk around and get some footage and take some videos and give people some memories to look back upon, I think that would be an amazing thing to do as well. So if anyone's got any contacts in that world or knows anybody who can, do good videography, and would be happy to walk between the venues and around the square, we'd love to get somebody involved on doing that for us as well. Everybody takes their own footage, and there was some brilliant footage from the other evening. Some of them were hilarious. I'm sure everybody saw the viral video of the guy who sort of went over on the table. That was hilarious. I'm sure everybody saw that. Also, the Chitty Chitty Bubbles video was excellent as well. So yeah, some great videos from the other night, and I wish I'd have got more. So this time round, if we can find a way of actually getting more footage from the day, especially I think as people are going to be out and about early doors, and there's going to be a lot of people in and around Hackney Wick from probably midday, then getting some footage of that will be amazing to look back on, especially if we've won and we can do a sort of release of video of the whole, 8-9 hours, whatever it will be, from when the events kick off, and have people memories to look back upon. It would just be absolutely amazing. So that would be good. Stimps has just said, get some post-match interviews with fans and upload it here. Yeah, we could do something like that, fan cam sort of style afterwards. I mean, that would be amazing if we won. Probably not so amazing if we haven't. But would still be very interesting. James is in the house as well. E20's own TV. He's saying keep doing the videos. I'd love to do more videos, mate, but I hate what I'm doing now. I don't like talking to camera on my own. I much prefer chatting to somebody else and having a bit of a conversation and so on. So been having a look at the match and looking at their results. They seem very up and down. When they have the odd iffy result and don't seem to perform too well, and then they'll go and beat Inter Milan in their own backyard, who are Champions League finalists. So it seems to be they blow a bit hot and cold. I guess we can do exactly the same. If you kind of look at on balance and everything, I think it's probably a bit of a 50-50 match, to be honest with you. So I think it's all in the balance. I don't think they're any significantly better than us. I don't think the other way around. I just think that it's going to be a real 50-50 match, and hopefully we come out on top. So that would be amazing. Live from the old house. Christian lives very close to where I live. Mate, if you want to come on and do videos anytime, I'll drop you a camera around and a microphone, and we can sit on here and talk West Ham anytime you like, mate. So, but yes, we could also do it from the old house, and although it tends to get very messy whenever we end up in there. So it might be entertaining. It'll be more messy than Jazz's videos when he's on the run. Frankie Mac. I'd love to get Frankie McAvenny down for going around the fans. I'm named after Frankie McAvenny. That's where my name came from. So he's a bit of a hero of mine. He always does me a video on my birthday and records happy birthday for me. Baz normally sorts that out, and it's always a pleasure getting a happy birthday message from the main man. So that's always good. Right. Other than that, I think I'm going to call it there because I've got loads to be getting on with. So I'm going to go and start getting everything set up for the ticket release at 8 p.m. this evening. Like I say, share this with everybody who hasn't maybe seen it because they were at work or hadn't quite finished or whatever it may be. And yeah, I will see everybody back here again soon. I'll probably do another update video at some point as well. I will do some videoing on more about exactly what's going on in the day, what to expect, and how to get the most out of each event. And I'll email that to everybody individually. If you've booked at the Colour Factory, there'll be a Colour Factory video. If you've booked at the Studio 9294, there'll be a video for that as well. And if there's anything else that's going on, any other updates that we get, if we manage to get the under 18s venue, we'll do a video for that. And if we manage to put on anything else, we'll also do videos for that as well. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to it. I'm already very excited. A lot of planning to do beforehand. I'm going to be manic on the night now, so not sure how much I'm going to get to enjoy the match myself. I only managed to get inside the Colour Factory at kickoff last time because I had to sort of make sure everyone was all okay outside and getting in the venue and so on. So hopefully I get to have a look at everything and enjoy the evening myself as well. But at the end of the day, if I can make all you lot happy and give you all the night to remember, then that's good enough for me. So yeah, I'll see you all soon, and I'll speak to you all later. Cheers. Bye.
I'm forever We're blowing bubbles.